There are three places in your home that quietly decide more than just how it looks. They influence how you wake up, how you handle stress, how your family connects or drifts. You might not notice them because nothing about them screams wrong. The door opens, the bed is made, the kitchen works, but energy isn't about what functions, it's about what flows. Feng shui in its truest form isn't superstition. It's spatial psychology long before we had a name for it. It's the unspoken conversation between you and your home. And like any conversation, it can be warm or cold, open or blocked, life-giving or draining. In this video, I want to take you to the three spots in your home that have the most invisible power: your main entrance, your bedroom, and your kitchen. These aren't random choices. They are what Feng Shui calls the energy triangle: entry, rest, and nourishment. If one of them is off, you may not see the effects immediately. But over time, small tensions become chronic fatigue. Minor disconnections become deep emotional gaps. And without realizing it, you start living in a house that no longer supports you. But the good news is, these spaces can change. And you don't need to rebuild, redecorate, or spend a fortune. You just need to see them differently through the lens of energy, balance, and attention. Because energy doesn't need permission, it just needs a path. And when you learn how to clear that path, even just a little, you might be surprised at how quickly your home begins to breathe differently. Let's begin where it all enters, the front door. Part 1, Spot 1. The main entrance where fortune turns around before it even enters. Most people don't give much thought to their front door. It's just the thing you open to get in, right? You unlock it, step inside, drop your keys, and move on with your day. But what if I told you that this one spot, barely a few feet wide, shapes more of your life than you realize? What if the way your home welcomes energy is the same way it welcomes or rejects opportunity, ease, and clarity? In Feng Shui, the entrance is not just the mouth of the house. It's the handshake between your inner world and everything outside of it. It's the way luck finds you, the way life says, "I'm here." If the entrance is blocked, confused, or chaotic, that energy, the kind that brings new ideas, chance meetings, emotional relief, has nowhere to land. It turns around, or worse, it never even notices you. Now pause and think about your own front door. Not just how it looks, but how it feels. Is it cluttered with packages, shoes, bags, or random mail you've been meaning to sort for weeks? Does it open smoothly or stick halfway? Is there a mirror directly across from it? A bathroom in line with it? You might not think any of this matters, but in energy terms, it matters deeply. When you open your door and the first thing energy sees is a mirror, it gets reflected back. Imagine a guest ringing your doorbell, and the moment you open the door, they see themselves and nothing else. It creates a subtle message: there's no room for you here. If your entrance points straight into a bathroom, energy flows in and immediately aligns with release, disposal, and drainage. Even if your home is beautiful beyond that point, the first impression is, let go, not stay. These aren't aesthetic mistakes. They are directional miscommunications between you and the opportunities trying to reach you. Let's go even deeper. The pathway leading to your door, the walkway, driveway, porch, how does it move? Is it curved gently, guiding energy in like a warm invitation? Or is it sharp, rushed, or obstructed? A straight path leading directly to the door might seem efficient, but energetically it can feel like an arrow aimed at the heart. Too fast, too forceful. Energy doesn't get a chance to slow down, to prepare, to ground. That's why some homes feel edgy the moment you enter them. Not because something's wrong inside, but because the way in was too abrupt. Now let's talk about lighting. Is the space around your entrance well lit at night? A dim, shadowy entryway doesn't just discourage guests, it dampens the energy trying to come in. In Feng Shui, light is considered an activator. A gentle porch light can guide fortune the way a lighthouse guides a ship. Without it, energy hesitates. And sometimes, hesitation is all it takes for momentum to fade. I once worked with a family who couldn't figure out why things kept stalling, projects delayed, conversations missed, travel plans falling through. Their house was lovely, modern, airy, but their front door opened directly to a cold tile wall just a few feet ahead. No visual depth, no movement, no welcome. We added a warm-toned painting, a soft rug, and relocated a nearby mirror. Within a month, the father received a job offer he'd been waiting on for over a year. Coincidence? Maybe, but I believe energy needs invitation, and when you clear the way, life shows up. Here's something else to reflect on, your own experience of coming home. Do you approach your door with ease or tension? Do you exhale or brace? Your entrance teaches your body what to expect from your life. If the walk-in is stressful, narrow, or unpleasant, your nervous system learns that coming home is work. That energy doesn't reset. It recycles the same unease you carry from the outside world. And slowly you stop associating home with rest. You start checking your phone before you even put your bag down. You forget to pause, because your home never gave you permission to. Fixing this doesn't require renovation. Often, it's as simple as removing what's unnecessary, introducing something grounding, and giving energy a reason to stay. Maybe it's a potted plant, maybe a soft mat, maybe just making sure the door swings open fully without resistance. These seem small, but in energy, small is everything. In American homes especially, the front door is often not used as much. We enter through the garage, the side, the back. But the front door remains symbolically vital. It's still the gateway, the invitation, the energy compass of your entire space. Even if you don't use it often, it's important that energy does. You can energize the front door by opening it once a day, even briefly, to let fresh energy in. You can keep the area clean, lit, and emotionally clear of stress or pending chores. When your entrance feels welcoming, so do you. If you've been feeling like luck keeps missing you, like you're trying but nothing quite lands, or you feel emotionally unanchored every time you come home, look at your door. Not just its material, but its message. What does it say to the world? What does it say to you? Because the entrance is never just a door. It's a boundary, a statement, a beginning. And when you make that beginning clearer, calmer, and more open, you don't just invite in better energy. You give yourself permission to receive it. Let the entrance be more than functional. Let it be intentional. Your future might be waiting right outside. Make sure it knows where to go. Part 2, Spot 2. The bedroom where you think you're resting, but energy is draining. You walk into your bedroom each night hoping to rest. But what if you're walking into a space that gently resists your peace? What if the room where you expect your body to heal and your mind to reset is actually keeping you slightly on edge, without you even knowing? For most people, the bedroom is just a place to sleep. You turn off the lights, pull the blanket over your body, close your eyes, and hope tomorrow feels better. But feng shui sees the bedroom as far more than that. It's the core of your personal energy field, the place where your nervous system slows down, where your emotions come to rest, where your spirit catches up with your body. If that space is imbalanced, everything from your health to your mood to your relationships can begin to feel off. Let's start with one of the most common mistakes, the bed under a ceiling beam. It seems harmless. It's part of the structure, after all. But energetically, it's not neutral. A beam above your head while you sleep creates a subtle downward pressure. Even if you don't consciously notice it, your body does. Your shoulders may stay slightly tensed. Your breath may stay shallow. You might find yourself grinding your teeth, waking up with stiffness in your neck or back, or struggling to fully drop into a deep sleep cycle. You go to bed, but you don't actually rest. And over time, that wears on you in ways that no coffee or extra hour of sleep can fix. Another hidden disruptor is the mirror. Specifically, mirrors that reflect the bed. You might love how they make the room feel bigger, but your subconscious doesn't. At night, when your conscious mind goes quiet, your subconscious is still scanning. A mirror reflecting the bed sends a message to your brain. Something is still moving. Something else is in the room. And so, instead of truly resting, your mind stays in a semi-alert state. You might not even wake up, but you won't feel restored either. It's the kind of exhaustion that accumulates slowly. The kind you can't explain. The kind that makes your mornings feel heavier than they should. Then there's the layout. Is your bed placed against a solid wall, or is it floating? Does it back up to a window or worse, a bathroom? In feng shui, the energy of the bathroom is heavy, damp, and draining. And when your bed shares a wall with that energy, your rest can become unstable. You might have vivid dreams, restless sleep, or wake up feeling anxious for no clear reason. Even the light hum of plumbing behind the wall can subtly disturb your sense of safety while you sleep. Lighting matters too. Harsh overhead lights, screens glowing into the night, or dark corners left untouched, they all shape how the room holds your energy. Bedrooms that are too bright at night confuse your body's circadian rhythm. Bedrooms that are too dim during the day can make you feel like you're always in retreat, even when it's time to be alert. Balance is everything. Soft, indirect lighting, natural morning light if possible, and intentional control over screens and stimulation. And then there's clutter, not just the obvious piles of laundry or forgotten to-do lists on the nightstand, but the emotional clutter we tuck into drawers, under the bed, or behind closet doors. Feng Shui doesn't ask for perfection, but it does notice stagnation. The box of old letters that stir grief, the unused furniture that serves no purpose but fills the space. These things weigh on your energy even when you're asleep, especially when you're asleep. Because at night, your defenses are down, your energy opens up, and everything in the room becomes part of what you're resting in. I remember once working with a woman who had done everything right. Her bedroom was beautiful, neutral tones, quality bedding, even blackout curtains, but she still woke up exhausted every morning. When I visited, I saw her bed backed up to a wall shared with the laundry room. The hum of the dryer ran late into the night. Above the bed hung a large abstract painting in shades of gray and black, something she admitted she'd never really liked but hadn't gotten around to replacing. And under her bed, 4 storage bins stuffed with journals, old bills, and clothing from a different phase of her life. She had created a space that looked calm, but energetically, it held noise, weight, and unresolved emotion. Within 2 weeks of repositioning the bed, replacing the artwork with something that made her feel open, and clearing the space under the bed completely, her sleep changed. And not just her sleep, her mood, her clarity, her sense of connection with herself and her partner. Because the bedroom, when aligned, doesn't just help you rest, it helps you return. So what can you do? You don't need to renovate or redecorate, you need to listen. Does your bedroom feel like it holds you or asks something from you? Does it invite you to slow down or stay alert? Start with the bed. Place it against a solid wall. Avoid windows behind your head. Minimize mirrors, especially ones that face your sleeping body. Keep the area under the bed clear. Empty space allows energy to move freely while you rest. Use soft lighting. Put your phone on the other side of the room. Add something that brings you joy, an image, a scent, a fabric that feels like home. Your bedroom should be your softest place to land. The world is already loud, demanding, unpredictable. Your bedroom shouldn't be one more place where you have to guard yourself. It should be the place where your body says, "I'm safe now." And your breath follows. If you've been waking up tired, emotionally flat, or reaching for stimulation the moment you open your eyes, look at the room around you. It may be time to let it hold you better, not with more stuff, but with less noise, less pressure, more intention. Because the bedroom isn't where the day ends. It's where your energy begins again. And when that beginning is soft, clear, and supported, you don't just sleep better, you live better. Part 3, Spot 3. The kitchen where fire still burns, but the house feels cold. You can have the stove running, the oven warm, the fridge full, and still feel like something's missing in your home. The meals are made, the dishes are clean, and the countertops might even gleam under soft lighting. But deep down, the kitchen feels off. Not broken, not dysfunctional. Just quietly, stubbornly cold. A kind of cold that has nothing to do with temperature. It's emotional, it's energetic, and most people feel it before they can name it. In feng shui, the kitchen is more than just the place you cook. It's the energetic hearth of the home. It holds fire. And fire is what transforms raw into nourishment, what warms the body and stirs the soul. A kitchen that's in balance doesn't just feed people. It gathers them, grounds them, unites them. It creates a center of gravity, one that makes a home feel like a home. But when that fire is misdirected, exposed, or stifled, you begin to notice subtle shifts. Conversations get shorter, connection weakens, emotions feel more flat or volatile. It becomes harder to feel together even when everyone's in the same room. Let's look at one of the most overlooked design choices, the stove facing the front door. From a practical perspective, it might not seem like a big deal, but from an energetic view, it's a red flag. In feng shui, the stove represents wealth, both financial and emotional. It's the fire that fuels everything. When it faces the front door, energy enters and immediately leaves. It doesn't stay. It doesn't circulate. You might be earning well but never saving. You might be giving a lot but not feeling emotionally full. It's the equivalent of trying to heat a room with an open window in winter. The effort is there, but the warmth escapes too fast to settle. Then there's the stove beneath a window. Again, it looks nice. Light flows in. Air circulates, but energetically it weakens the fire element. Fire exposed to wind becomes unstable. The warmth becomes flicker, not flame. That instability shows up in your life as difficulty focusing, staying motivated, or feeling steady emotionally. You might feel like your efforts never quite land, like your intentions never quite take root. You're trying, but something is dissipating the energy before it becomes lasting change. Another critical imbalance: the stove directly opposite the bathroom. In feng shui, this creates a direct clash between fire and water, two elements with opposing forces. Fire rises, water sinks. One energizes, the other drains. When they face off, it doesn't just affect design harmony, it creates energetic conflict. You may find tension rising in the home, irritability between partners, miscommunication, or a persistent feeling of unease that no amount of redecorating seems to fix. It's not the paint color, it's the energetic friction. But perhaps the most common issue is one we don't often see as energy, and that's the emotional atmosphere of the kitchen itself. A kitchen can be perfectly arranged, yet energetically cold. It happens when meals are rushed, conversations are clipped, or the space becomes more functional than relational. Feng shui is not only about objects and orientation, it's about intention, presence, warmth that's felt, not just emitted. You can feel it when someone cooks with love. The food carries it. The room holds it. I remember a client who couldn't figure out why her home never felt inviting, even though she'd renovated nearly everything. The kitchen was sleek, modern, filled with high-end appliances. But the stove sat under a large window directly facing a narrow hallway. No one lingered in the space. Meals were made quickly, in silence. There were no plants, no color, no softness. She realized she designed a beautiful kitchen, but not a warm one. We made small changes, moved the stove slightly off axis, placed a live basil plant near the window, added a warm rug and a bowl of oranges by the sink. Within weeks, her teenage daughter began helping her cook again. Her husband stayed in the kitchen to talk after work. Nothing about their schedules changed, only the energy, and that shifted everything. So what can you do if your kitchen feels energetically off? Start with the stove. Make sure it has a solid wall behind it, not a window. If that's not possible, use a high backsplash or a sturdy piece of decor behind the stove to symbolically anchor the fire. Check what's directly across from the stove. If it's a door or a bathroom, consider using a screen, a plant, or a piece of furniture to gently block or deflect that direct energy path. Don't place your trash can too close to the stove. Think about what kind of energy you want feeding your meals. Next, look at the atmosphere. Is there a sign of life? A plant, a bowl of fruit, a family photo. Kitchens are where life gets sustained, so let the room reflect life. Choose one thing that warms your spirit and place it in the kitchen, not as decor, but as an anchor. Something that makes you smile when you see it. Something that reminds you that nourishment isn't just physical. Pay attention to smells. In feng shui, scent is an activator. A pot of cinnamon water on the stove, a diffuser with citrus oils, or the aroma of something fresh baking. These aren't just cozy details. They signal to your nervous system that you're safe, fed, and home. Let your kitchen smell like someone cares. Finally, slow down. Energy responds to rhythm. If your kitchen is only used in chaos, rushed mornings, late-night leftovers, scattered meals, then it holds that frequency. Try making space for even one quiet moment a day in your kitchen. Brew your tea with both hands. Light a candle before dinner. Say thank you before you eat. These small acts change the way energy gathers. They turn movement into ritual and ritual into warmth. Your kitchen doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be alive. It has to be part of you, not just a place where chores happen. Because when the fire in your kitchen is strong, steady, and respected, your whole home glows, and the house that glows from the inside, that's the one that holds people, holds love, holds fortune. So if your kitchen still feels cold, ask yourself, is the fire burning where it counts, or have you built a flame with no one around it? Begin again. One small change, one warm meal, one moment of presence, that's all fire needs to come back. Part 4, the forgotten corner, where stagnant energy silently gathers. There's a spot in your home you rarely notice. It doesn't ask for attention. It doesn't cause problems. It's just there, quiet, still overlooked. Maybe it's that awkward angle by the staircase, the dusty corner behind a chair, or the narrow gap between furniture and wall where light never quite reaches. It seems harmless. But what if that forgotten space is quietly holding more than clutter? What if it's holding everything you've tried to move on from, but never really did? In feng shui, every inch of your home holds energy, and when energy stops moving, it stops supporting you. These forgotten corners become holding zones, places where stuckness accumulates. It starts small, a stack of unopened mail, an old lamp no one uses, a decorative piece you don't even like anymore but kept because it felt wasteful to throw away. And before you know it, that corner becomes heavy, not physically but energetically, a kind of silent drag on the space around it and on you. You may not realize it, but these stagnant zones impact the way your home breathes. Think of energy like air. It needs space to circulate, stretch, settle. When it hits dead ends or crowded corners, it tightens. It collects weight. Emotionally, this shows up as fatigue, confusion, or even indecision. You start to feel off without knowing why. You find yourself avoiding certain parts of the house. You feel a dip in mood without explanation. That's not you. That's your space trying to tell you something. And the most surprising part, these corners often hold symbolic weight. The dusty stack of papers might be tied to unfinished projects. The broken dacre might carry a memory of something you haven't fully grieved. The object from an old relationship, tucked in a shadowed corner, still carrying the energy of who you used to be, not who you are now. These aren't just things. They are emotional bookmarks. And every time you walk past them, even unconsciously, you reinforce a story that might no longer serve you. I once worked with a woman who'd been struggling to make decisions about her future. She felt stuck between chapters, unsure if she should move, start a new relationship, or even retire. Her home was beautiful, clean, calm, but in one corner of her living room, behind a plant and a bookshelf, sat an old wooden chair. No one ever used it. It had belonged to her late husband. She hadn't moved it in 8 years. "It just stays there," she said, "because I don't know what else to do with it." That chair wasn't just furniture. It was frozen time, and it was holding a version of her life that had already ended. When she finally let it go, not in haste, but with intention, her energy shifted. Within weeks, she made 3 decisions she'd been sitting on for years, because clearing that corner wasn't about the chair. It was about making space for the present. Now ask yourself, what are your forgotten corners holding? Is it guilt, grief, fear of change? Sometimes it's not dramatic. Sometimes it's just the residue of "I'll deal with it later." But later never comes, and in the meantime, that energy piles up. So what can you do? First, locate the corners in your home you tend to ignore. Don't rush, walk slowly, see what your eyes skip over. Notice where dust gathers, notice where light never touches. Then pause and feel. How does that space make you feel? Heavy, neutral, nostalgic, anxious? Your body always knows. Let it tell you. Next, clear gently. Don't just declutter. Deactivate. If something no longer serves who you are today, thank it silently and release it. Open a window nearby. Let fresh energy in. Light a candle. Add a soft rug, a plant, a lamp. Invite movement back into the space. Movement invites life. You don't need to turn every corner into a focal point, but you do need to honor them. Give them attention, let them evolve, because stagnant corners in the home become stagnant corners in your life. And the moment you shift the energy there, you shift something inside you too. A forgotten corner can also become a sanctuary if you let it. I know someone who turned a shadowy nook between two rooms into a reading spot. A small chair, a soft throw, a stack of books she loved. It wasn't big, but it changed how she felt in her own home. It became her pause between busy and still. Her breath in the middle of the day. That space no longer held forgotten energy. It held her. So if something in your life feels stuck, if you're spinning but not landing, dreaming but not acting, walk your home. Find the corner you've been ignoring, the one that still holds the version of you you've outgrown, and start there. Let it breathe again. Let it become something new. Because when energy starts moving again, so do you. And sometimes, the smallest forgotten space becomes the beginning of your greatest release. We've walked through your entrance, your bedroom, your kitchen, and even the quietest corner of your home. And maybe, as you listened, something inside you stirred, not panic, not urgency, but recognition. A soft whisper that said, yes, that's true for me. Feng shui isn't magic. It doesn't promise to fix your life overnight or change who you are, but it does ask us to listen, to notice. Because the spaces we live in don't just reflect our lives, they shape them. They carry our habits, our stories, our silence. They hold what we celebrate and what we avoid. And when we shift those spaces, even a little, we shift the stories we tell ourselves. When your entrance is open and welcoming, energy knows where to go. When your bedroom protects and soothes, your spirit remembers how to rest. When your kitchen holds warmth, not just heat, your body begins to trust again. And when even the forgotten corners are acknowledged, your life begins to feel whole again, not perfect, but connected. You don't need new furniture, you don't need to redecorate. What you need is presence, to meet your home where it is, to walk through it slowly, to ask, is this space helping me return to myself or pulling me away? And if you've made it to the end of this journey with me, I want to say thank you. Thank you for caring about your home enough to look deeper. Thank you for giving your energy the attention it's been asking for. Thank you for being open. I hope something in today's story found its way into yours. And if it did, may your home begin to soften. May it exhale. May it meet you like an old friend you forgot you missed. Until next time, be gentle with your space and even gentler with yourself.